Welcome to the Just Big channel. This is the channel where we
do things and see stuff.
Man, sometimes the warning weekend becomes the warning, sometimes the warning Wednesday becomes the warning weekend because we have so much to get through. If we record enough, man, we'll drop the whole thing on the weekend. Why not?
Let's just make it the warning way. Huh?
Ooh.
The warning way, like a street, like an avenue. The warning way. You niggas live there? We do, currently.
You on warning way?
Yeah, you go up there, take a left and all right. You know, you can't miss it.
So we appreciate both. We appreciate the people that love it. We appreciate the people that, have their ideas of how we should do it. But right now what we're at is the X10 anniversary video in the concert. So we're just going to watch this. We'll keep our hands underneath us.
Behind the scenes, bring it back for a lot of stuff that, people were peppering a lot of, kind of back information on them. So we get to see a little bit.
Yeah, let's cool. Check it out. The warning, it's live from the Pepsi Center. This is that anniversary video. They get to take a break.
Yeah, breathe it out. Oh, the crowd is in it. You know about a TV like that.
What's that, it's a Sharp! That was a Magnavox.
VHS is in the building.
Bueno, cuando empezó la banda yo tenía 7 años, creo, no estoy segurísima si tenía 7 o acaba de cumplir 8.
Qué cañón. Sí, cuando veo fotos y todo es de que era una bebé. ¿Qué onda?
Lowercase G's.
Ya tocábamos nuestros instrumentos desde muy chiquitas, pero nunca habíamos tocado juntas. O sea, no era de que como un plan, de que, sí, cada quien va a tocar su instrumento para hacer una banda y vamos a hacer esto.
Nada era importante, nada era... O sea, era solo diversión, ¿no?
Poder hacerlo juntas, yo creo que fue lo más divertido, ya que todas estábamos chiquitas y sí, así empezamos a tocar juntas. Ahí fue en donde como nació esta idea de seguir haciendo música juntas.
Yo creo que ya fue un cambio bien cañón el empezar a tocar en vivo y el empezar a notar que gente nos conocía y quería conocer más de nuestra música y de nosotras. ¿Qué tienes? ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué eres? ¿Qué soy?
Todo ese año, todos mis 14 años, fue un momento muy fuerte, como que de la banda. Y en empezar a tomarnos en serio. De que, ahora esto es mi trabajo.
¿Cuál es el precio de tener una banda de 10 años a tus 23?
That's crazy. 10 years. She's 23. The band's been together for 10 years. It's crazy.
El precio.
Yo creo que sí hemos crecido mucho juntas y nos hemos ayudado mucho a crecer en este ambiente que crecimos, que es muy diferente al que una persona normal hubiera crecido. Ay, no. Y son 10 años, la mitad de mi vida.
Lo que no nos gustaría, pero sí llegó de la nada y boom.
O sea, cuando se hizo viral, obviamente fue el momento en donde empezó nuestra carrera. Como que no entendía lo que significaba estar pasando por todo eso. Ese fue el momento en donde nosotras, como oficialmente, empezamos a trabajar.
Y no le tengo resentimiento, pero sí me puedo acordar de Dani chiquita con mucho miedo.
Es algo cansado, pero también el poder hacerlo con mis hermanas, hacerlo con mis papás, con el equipo que tenemos. O sea, realmente todos son como familia. Yo no me puedo imaginar haciendo esto para mí, ni de chiste. Pero Dios, ha estado increíble. He vivido cosas que jamás pensé que iba a vivir. Tengo tantas más por vivir y todo con gente que quiero muchísimo. Por más increíble o pesado que sea, lo puedo hacer con mi familia.
Hammer home the familia.
This fam, you heard?
Ese día lloré mucho. Ya no era, estamos haciendo covers, somos una banda de covers. Estamos sacando nuestro disco. Tipo, iba creciendo nuestro equipo. Era que, híjole, no soy solo yo. También es Rudy, también es Carlos, también es Lalo. Y yo no me acuerdo
¿Cómo llegó a que la gente empezó a siquiera querer vernos tocar en vivo?
en esos momentos estás tan en automático que de repente me veo tocar y digo, ¿cómo sé hacer eso?
¿A qué hora aprendimos eso? A través de los años empezamos a tocar todavía más. Tuvimos experiencias muy chidas abriéndole a gente muy importante.
¿Cómo fregados llegamos a ese momento? O sea, es una oportunidad así, one in a million, que no entiendo cómo estuvimos ahí. Obviamente yo vi ese performance 10,000 veces, que no podía creer que éramos nosotras. Yo creo que lo que yo considero el momento más importante de nuestra carrera fue abrir la Muse. Es impresionante ver tanta gente en un lugar.
¿En qué momento? ¿En qué momento? Es demasiada gente.
Ver ese cambio en el crecimiento de nuestro público, no solo en nuestro país,
Yeah, just that
pero
exposure to that many people is crazy.
Estamos a
Even if 10% of them like you.
y a punto de tocar el estadio más grande que hemos tocado en nuestras carreras.
está bien raro pensar que llevamos 10 años haciendo esto, porque parece siento que apenas vamos empezando. Qué cañón poder ser parte de historia.
Eso es lo que somos, familia.
De eso se trata nuestro trabajo, ¿me explico?
Ese soy yo. Eso somos nosotras.
No hay manera de describir ese momento.
Aprendí demasiado y crecí demasiado.
Si esto nos está pasando ahorita, ¿quién nos va a traer el futuro? Pues ojalá que podamos seguir creciendo, que todos podamos seguirlo haciendo juntos. Ya hemos crecido como familia. Nos encanta hacer esto, por hacerlo juntos es toda una bendición.
Son una parte tan grande de mi vida que me da mucho gusto que lo pude haber hecho estos 10 años y que lo puedo hacer por muchos más.
Yeah. Y'all gonna be killing the game for a long time, man. It's crazy to have a 10-year career.
Que aparte es demasiado divertido estar ahí arriba.
It's nothing.
Ya quiero
23.
regresar. Pónganme en un escenario, por favor.
Put me on, B.
Be on, B.
You know what I'm saying?
With a joint called More.
Right. You want more? We got more in store, cuz.
Hardcore in store.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy retrospective and reflection.
You know what really kind of like, you know, when you think about it, being that young and kind of launching right into it, like when she had said, like, we were an autopilot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, that's a thing, like, how can you imagine that feeling, man? Like, this is happening, but we're doing it, but we don't really kind of grasp that we're doing it because we're in motion, you know what I'm saying? And it's just not really settling in. So when they have those moments on stage when they're fucking breaking down, it's like, yeah, that's your hard work coming at you, man.
Yeah,
You
and
don't
that's
even see.
preparation. That's speaking
Right.
for itself because the preparation is there of you're not learning how to play guitar on stage. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you've done your 10,000 hours, you got it, it's ready. Another thing I want to talk about too is how they said this wasn't planned. And I feel for that too because they were, you know, girls learn their instruments and then you start the band and then just it takes off. It's not like I'm not saying it wasn't hard work, but what I'm saying is it's not like they
Right.
tried to make this thing go for fucking 15 years and then finally got their shot. It went pretty quickly. Like,
Right.
I remember Ice-T being like, yo, the first song I made was sold to, you know what I mean? It's like same thing with Everlast. He's like, the first 4 songs I made, I got signed on, you
Right.
know? Same thing with a group like Baby Metal. Baby Metal was a school project that blew. You know what I'm saying? Like none of those girls even like heard of metal music before or anything like that. So
It's just
I could really
you like
feel
stumble into something you're great at and don't even really, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know we were going to be this great. We had this idea. We knew we were good.
Yeah.
But then, like, when, like I said, opening up for music, when they seen that, it was like, oh, shit, like, oh, we got it.
Yep.
And
yeah, because to where maybe this wasn't the plan, but oh man, this happened. I'm in it. Let's go.
But I appreciate too, man, the mere like laser focus at a young age like that. Come on, man. We all been teenagers. Maybe some of y'all are teenagers watching, but some of them you've been real young. It's like it's kind of hard to focus when you're like trying to be young.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're trying to hang with your friends. You might like a big gaming community. You might want a game or something like. They knew what they wanted at a young age and kind of stayed committed to that and had some supportive parents, man. Shout out to their parents.
Exactly. I was gonna say, I'm sure it helped to be able to play instruments in the house. Or
right.
I have to assume, I don't know.
I mean, somebody had to buy those instruments. You know what I mean? Like mom and dad, had to be able to kind of support that. Like, hey, my kids got something. I need to support them and get them what they need.
And what somebody did explain to us too is, I guess at some point the Warning did have a GoFundMe or something like that. Don't hold me to that. It was exactly a GoFundMe, but there was a fundraising thing because somebody said those are really the dickheads that shine through in the comments because they're the ones that feel that ownership of the group.
Oh, I donated. Exactly. I helped them get them instruments. Like
so, but as much as like that still doesn't make me love those certain people, it makes me understand them a little bit better. Of like, okay, you're
part of it.
I can't give them that. You feel like you're a part of it.
Well, I mean, you're a part of the growth. You know what I mean? Like, you're a part of the growth. Not to say you particularly had something to do with it. Unless you gave a couple dollars, you support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're a part of the growth. You know what I mean? Like, they grew. The talent was already there. You can't take that and say you did that. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that I was over fucking Donnie's shoulder like, nah, don't do it. Like, it's over here like that. Oh, God, these girls. No, change the words here. Don't say it like that. Say it like this,
I would encourage everybody to take it from a, standpoint of just witness that greatness, help wherever you can in terms of buying that album.
And I get it with certain people. Like, I've done it before where, like, when you're on to somebody and before they kind of blew up and you kind of, like, got that little, like, nobody knows about this and this shit is great. And then they blow up and then people get into that, like, I've been on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that part. Like, I've done that for certain people I listen to. It was like, man, I knew that was going to happen. But you don't want to say that, but you had that feeling, though. Because it's like, when nobody was really fucking with it, I had a feeling because it was like, this shit was solid. I kind of was like that myself with 50 Cent. When he first was, like, kind of doing it. I remember amongst my peers, I can't even say the whole world because social media wasn't around back then like that. So I can't say I was the first. But in my circles of people, I was like, yo, this guy, and I was like really preaching it, like hearing, I'm like, yo, he's going to be that shit. I'm telling you, this guy's going to be that shit, man. You could just hear something. Like, after he got shot and came through, like, I heard him before with the whole How to Rob and all that. I thought he was dope.
We had How to Rob. I remember me and my boy Walter, we had How to Rob on a mixtape.
Okay.
And we were just like, if he doesn't get killed, because he was talking about some legit people.
Legit people, right. They was like, oh, man, he went after the hard noses. Like, Eminem did that, but he kind of went after Britney Spears and shit.
He went after NSYNC.
Right.
You'll be fine.
Clown Posse was like, I don't really expect no backlash.
I don't think Moby is shooting shots.
But, the Locks was embedded in the streets, man. Like, them niggas was street to the core and always still been. But, nah, man, it's, I forgot where I was going with that one, but... Shit.
About feeling, when you know something before it gets huge.
Right, yeah.
And even still, I will say, the Warning, I still think they have a huge ceiling. I don't even think they have a ceiling on them, but what I'm saying is I feel like, their market cap is still way up there.
Right. And they're just, like they said, it's crazy to believe they're this far and just getting started.
Yeah.
10 years, but they're just getting started. You know how many people could fucking put 10 years in, but been put 10 years in before? Like, we put 10 years in our craft before, and then had a 10-year run. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, our first 10 was it. Like I said, that's like Jackson 5 shit, man. Or it just doesn't happen like that, man. For a lot of people, that's a very special talent, man.
Definitely. Shout out to them. As we continue, we got more money, animosity when I'm alone. It's my life.
How great is that?
It's my life. Good stuff. Join us, on the next episode of The Warning. May it be Wednesday, may it be weekend, you never know.
Come on, throw your fucking dubs up.
Throw that dub up.
Throw your head through a fucking drum, nigga, right through the bass.